TomoNews presents Doomsday. It's gonna be hell on Earth. Astronomers predict that all life on Earth will be wiped out in the future as the sun balloons in size and scorches the planet. Using the world's most powerful radio telescope, scientists forecast that within 5 billion years, the sun will grow into a red giant star, 100 times its current size. The sun will swallow up and destroy its two closest planets, Mercury and Venus. All life on Earth is likely to be destroyed, but there is a possibility the rocky core of the planet could survive. In 7 billion years, the sun will then experience intense loss of mass due to strong stellar winds that will see it evolve into a tiny white dwarf star. If the Earth's rocky core survives, it may continue to orbit the white dwarf star. The white dwarf star will be similar to Earth in size, but much heavier. 1 teaspoon of its matter will weigh about 5 tons. The astronomers' conclusions are based on examining an evolved star 208 light-years away from Earth, which 5 billion years ago was very similar to our sun. The scientists say an object orbiting that evolved star is likely to be a planet, and further study could offer unique insights into Earth's eventual fate.
Scientists predict a giant asteroid will collide with Earth in 2880. The asteroid 1950DA is a rock 1.1 kilometers in diameter. It's traveling at about 15 kilometers per second relative to the Earth. Following its current trajectory, it has a 0.3% probability of colliding with the planet. If this occurs, it would slam into the Atlantic Ocean at 61,155 kilometers per hour. It is estimated that the force of the collision would be equivalent to 44,800 megatons of TNT.
NASA has a plan to save Earth from an asteroid Armageddon. Let's hope it works. NASA announced a plan on Wednesday regarding a future mission to change the trajectory of an asteroid. The mission may have the potential to protect Earth from an impending asteroid impact in the future. NASA's Asteroid Redirect Mission, or ARM, scheduled for the mid-2020s, involves sending a robotic spacecraft to an asteroid passing by Earth. The robot will then do a series of flyby optical surveys of the asteroid's surface. The robot would then land on the asteroid for the boulder collection portion of the mission, which would last about 10 minutes. After pushing away from the asteroid and 3 days of analyzing the boulder, it will then begin the planetary defense portion of the mission. Using the gravitational attraction between the spacecraft and the boulder, they will attempt to deflect the asteroid, a process they call enhanced gravity tractor. It will then take about 6 years for the robot to return to lunar orbit, where astronauts aboard the Orion spacecraft will dock with the robot and further study the boulder. The current concept for the manned portion of ARM involves 2 astronauts and is expected to take about 3.5 weeks.
NASA scientists say that an unusually large and fast asteroid will narrowly pass Earth. Scientists at NASA's Pan-STARRS Observatory in Hawaii say that an unusually large and fast asteroid will fly by Earth this Halloween. The asteroid, named 2015 TB145, came as a surprise to scientists who only spotted the asteroid less than 2 weeks ago. Asteroid 2015 TB145 measures up to 2,000 feet long in diameter, or the length of approximately 5.5 football fields. The asteroid's flyby is expected to happen on October 31st this year, when it will pass within 310,000 miles from Earth. That distance is within 1.3 lunar distances of Earth, dangerously close for an asteroid of that size. Scientists say that the asteroid will streak by Earth at an unusually high velocity of nearly 78,000 miles per hour. NASA says that if an asteroid of this size and velocity was to hit Earth, it would wreak devastating havoc on our planet, but rest assured this will not be the case, at least this time around. Scientists say the next time any celestial object this large will pass by Earth will be in 2027, when the mile-wide AN-10 asteroid passes by within 1 lunar distance away.
A large asteroid will be whizzing by soon. A whopper of a space rock is said to get up close and personal to Earth in the coming days. But fear not, it's not on a collision course, so no asteroid apocalypse yet. An asteroid known as 2014 JO25 is roughly 650 meters across. That's the height of the world's second tallest building, or the length of 6 NFL football fields. NASA says the massive rock will pass Earth at a safe distance of 1.8 million kilometers, or about 4.6 times the distance from the Earth to the Moon. The asteroid will approach Earth from the direction of the Sun and is set to fly past on April 19th. With a surface twice as reflective as the Moon, the asteroid will still be visible in the sky for those using only small telescopes. The rock will only be visible for 1 or 2 nights. It's a rare opportunity for astronomers to study the massive specimen, which won't be this close again for at least 500 years.
Huge asteroid to skim past Earth. A huge asteroid called 2014 YB35 is set to skim past Earth on Friday. Asteroid 2014 YB35 is believed to be 1,000 meters wide, the same as the height of the Kingdom Tower currently under construction in Saudi Arabia. The asteroid is set to approach Earth on Friday. Traveling at more than 37,000 kilometers per hour, the asteroid will barely miss Earth, according to a trajectory map released by NASA. At its closest point, it will be 2.8 million miles away from Earth, about 12 times the distance between Earth and the Moon. It's estimated that a collision with the asteroid would result in an explosive force equivalent to 15,000 megatons of TNT, which would trigger earthquakes and tsunamis and cause destruction on a global scale. NASA is closely monitoring the passage of asteroid 2014 YB35 in the hopes of obtaining data about its composition and size.
Large solar storm expected to hit Earth this weekend. A powerful solar storm is heading toward Earth, following explosions on the Sun's surface earlier this week, although no major disruptions are expected. The Sun experienced 2 powerful explosions known as coronal mass ejections on Monday and Wednesday. The second of these solar flares was an X-class flare, which is the most intense. The combined energy from the 2 flares will likely arrive at Earth on either Friday or Saturday. The solar storm will cause changes in Earth's magnetic field that can result in fluctuations in power grids, as well as slight disturbances in radio and satellite transmissions. The solar storms may also amplify displays of the northern lights across Canada and the northern US.
Apocalyptic asteroid nearly misses Earth. Earlier this month, a Chinese telescope captured images of an asteroid headed toward Earth. The asteroid was recently observed by the Purple Mountain Observatory in Nanjing. Named 2009 ES by the Minor Planet Center, the asteroid is one of 1,640 bodies identified as on a potential collision course with Earth. Luckily, this one wasn't. The object ultimately missed us by a distance of 18.8 times of the distance between the Earth and the Moon. But should an asteroid of its size, measuring around 10,000 meters across, collide with Earth, the impact would be the equivalent of 3 billion atomic bombs. Similar to what scientists believe could have killed the dinosaurs.
Researcher Prophet accurately predicts the apocalypse. If you've made plans for May 30th, cancel them because you'll probably be dead. That's what this dude right here is preaching, and he should know what he's talking about, because he has a new agey website, and he's getting his information from the Archangel Michael, Lord Krishna, Jesus, a pod of intelligent whales, as well as he lists helpfully other sources. Dutch researcher and prophet Frank Hugerbeets has been doing a lot of calculations, and here it is, folks. At 4 p.m. local time on May 28th, California will be hit by a 9.8 earthquake. California is literally going to crack off and fall into the sea, which of course will cause massive tsunamis in the Pacific. Yeah, go ahead and start panicking. Frank didn't just have a vision. This is science, man. See, a whole bunch of planets are going to be lined up if you draw lines between them. Here's a video that makes it like super clear.
My conclusion is that it will be either at the end of May 28, UTC time that is, and I have thought somewhere between 11 and 12 o'clock at night. Okay. Here's one very interesting alignment. You will see Venus and the Sun and Uranus exactly lined up. You see that? There it is. But that's not all. Mercury, Neptune are also aligned. And here's the Earth. If you look from above, you can see that this is a square.
Prophet Hooger Beats has tweeted advice to the millions living in areas to be destroyed. Be on extra alert and have an escape plan, he said. Thank God for this man. Science people are calling hogwash on Hooger Beats, saying planets aligning have nothing to do with earthquakes, but are you willing to take that chance? Besides, Hooger Beats has something that always beats science. Nostradamus. That's right, the legend himself also predicted an earthquake for the same time, Hooger Beats says. So thank you all for watching Tomo videos. It was our pleasure creating content for you, and we hope you were edified and cheered by our humble offerings. We'll see some of you in heaven with Frank and the whales, and as for the rest of you, well, sorry. Asteroid apocalypse? Nah, we'll pass. Seems the folks at NASA are worried about a giant asteroid bringing about humanity's end, and have unveiled plans for what to do about it. Asteroids crash into the Earth regularly, but they're usually small enough that they burn up in the atmosphere. However, bigger space rocks could cause significant damage if they were to hit the planet. To try to prevent such a calamity, NASA has designed the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. Its target will be the asteroid system Didymos, which consists of a smaller rock orbiting a much larger companion. NASA's plan is to launch a refrigerator-sized spacecraft at the smaller Didymos B when the asteroids approach Earth in October 2022. The spacecraft will be traveling at 3.7 miles per second when it hits the asteroid. The collision is meant to eventually shift the rock's orbit by changing its speed, a tactic known as the kinetic impactor technique. Scientists on Earth will then study the impact and effect of the test on Didymos B to determine if the strategy is a feasible way to save the planet from more dangerous asteroids. NASA wants to explore a metal asteroid worth 10 quintillion US. NASA says it plans to launch the Psyche mission 1 year earlier than planned. The mission will explore the metal asteroid called 16 Psyche. The 16 Psyche asteroid is located in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. This asteroid is primarily made of iron and nickel. The amount of iron in the asteroid is said to be worth around 10 quintillion US. This is a value exponentially higher than the combined GDP of every country on Earth, which totaled about $74 trillion in 2015. The Psyche mission is expected to be launched in the summer of 2022, and it will arrive at the asteroid in 2026. It will perform science operations from 4 staging orbits, with the closest orbit only 45 to 128 kilometers above the asteroid. The spacecraft's instrument payload includes multispectral imagers, a gamma-ray and neutron spectrometer, magnetometers, and an X-band radio telecommunication system. The objective of the mission includes determining whether the asteroid is an exposed core, or if it is unmelted material. Researchers also hope to find the relative ages of regions of the asteroid's surface, and to characterize its topography. The mission design team developed a trajectory for the mission that eliminates the need for an Earth gravity assist, and allows the spacecraft to stay further away from the Sun. This shortens the original timeline by 4 years.